Coming up on Sports Weekly, we'll break down a wild Week 7 of the high school football season as we hear from San Gorgonio head coach Chris Chaddick after a dramatic finish against Jurupa Hills. So a lot of high school football action. Plus, speaking of high school football, the CIF Southern Section is in desperate need of more officials, not only for football, but all sports, including football. So we'll have more on that. We've got some high school volleyball, big-time matchup between Cajon and Citrus Valley. That one's going to be a lot of fun. And how about this? We're going to check in with the Aquinas Falcons as we go back to football. And we've got an interview with JoJo Solis and Champ Brown, two-star players for the Falcons. All that coming up on this edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG, and it starts right now. Well, greetings everyone, and welcome to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Give this video a like, subscribe to the Inland Empire Media Group YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. We're doing a Week 8 football preview in this segment, but we've got to look back at what happened in Week 7 because it kind of sets the scene now for coming up in week number 8. San Andreas League play begins this week, and there is a huge game right out of the gate. San Gorgonio will take on Rim of the World. It's not technically a league title game, but it might be your league title game between the Scots and the Spartans. Now, both teams are coming off crossover games inside the Arrowhead Athletic Conference. So, San G out of the San Andreas League was playing Jurupa Hills from out of the Sunkist League, and it went down to the wire. San Gorgonio found themselves down by a score of 35-14 in the third quarter. San Gorgonio stormed all the way back to come within a point. 35-34, but they could not take the lead on Jurupa Hills. Jay Hills escaping San Gorgonio with the win, and that was the first loss of the season for San G. And now they are poised to bounce back as they have that huge game coming up against Rim of the World, which will have major San Andreas League title implications. Now, we had an interview with Coach Chaddick on Sports Weekly Live, but here's more of the interview, never before seen footage, as he was talking about what it's going to take to win a league title, how his team will respond and try to bounce back against an always well-coached Rim of the World team that will be tough. Here is San Gorgonio head coach Chris Chaddick talking about the matchup.
So you saw enough to keep you optimistic, like, man, we're going to be okay in league, and when we get to the CIF playoffs.
We're gonna win league. Put that down right there. Put it on camera.
What do you think are the keys next week? Because you play Scots. What's the keys to victory?
We just got to pound them in submission. That's what they're going to try to do to us. But they,
What did you like about this? What your effort in the second half specifically?
I like how they came together, didn't give up. They fought strong. They fought hard.
Over in the Mountain Valley League, things got very interesting with Indian Springs beating San Bernardino by a score of 26-14. The Cardinals actually had a lead at the halftime, 14-7, but Indian Springs winning 26-14. San Bernardino is going to get A.B. Miller this week. And remember, in the wild world of the Mountain Valley League, those three schools are going to play each other twice during league play. So San Bernardino will get another crack at A.B. Miller. The Rebels are 2-0. They've already beaten San Bernardino and Indian Springs head-to-head, but now the Cardinals, they've got some work to do. Losing to Indian Springs, now they've got Miller this week. Indian Springs has a non-league game. They're going to take on Cabrillo from Long Beach. We'll talk about that matchup in a second. But in terms of league play, San Bernardino in a must-win situation as they take on A.B. Miller this coming week in league play. So with that said, let's look at the Week 8 matchups coming up for our local teams, including the Cardinals. We'll start in the Citrus Belt League. Cajon will take on Redlands. They just beat Redlands East Valley in week 7. Now they've got the Terriers coming up here in week number 8. The Aquinas Falcons back in Ironwood League action. Homecoming win the previous week. Now they've got Heritage Christian. To the San Andreas League, it'll be San Gorgonio at home against Rim of the World. We told you that is a huge game for both teams. Skyline League play, Arroyo Valley will take on Notre Dame. Notre Dame winless on the season as the Hawks are fighting for their playoff lives right now. Non-league play, Indian Springs will take on Cabrillo from Long Beach. And finally in the Mountain Valley League, A.B. Miller and San Bernardino. The Rebels from A.B. Miller, they control their own destiny. If they win out, then they are just your outright league champions. So San Bernardino and Indian Springs, they both have some work to do, but really with the Cardinals after that tough loss against Indian Springs in week 7. So those are your matchups coming up in week number 8. Now, right now in the CIF Southern section, there is a shortage of officials, not only for football, but really for all sports, including football. They just need more guys out there. In fact, some of the referees that you see out there, some of the officials, they work high school football games Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even some Saturdays. In fact, some of these officials work multiple games in one day if you count the lower levels like JV and freshmen as well. So they are in desperate need of more officials. Matt Maida, the athletic director from San Gorgonio, who's been very instrumental with the Citrus Belt area athletic directors, talking to us here on Sports Weekly and saying, hey, it's a great gig. You get to stay involved with sports. You get to make some money, whether you want to do football or volleyball or anything else. Here's Matt Maida from San Gorgonio.
No, man, I mean, there's a serious shortage in all sports across the whole nation for officials. And that's why we're playing on Thursday night tonight, because there's not enough football officials for everybody to play on Friday nights. So it's a great way to make extra money. They make $30 to $35 an hour. These guys tonight are making $140 a piece for calling this game. And it goes across all sports. So it's a great way to get started. When I was in college, I actually worked for 20 years of doing baseball, and I made a lot of money that way. I made more money doing that than I did working in my warehouse job during college. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for young kids to get started in something, keep involved in sports. It's an opportunity to give back to the athletic community, stay involved, and again, make some cash. So there's all kinds of flyers out there. There's QR codes that the Citrus Belt area athletic directors have put out there. If you do that QR code, it's a survey that will go to the officials assigners, and they'll reach out to you guys if you're interested. And seriously, that's all sports. I mean, not just football. So.
All right, thank you, Matt. Also spoke with Rich Imbriani at Cajon High School. Yeah, and all the athletic directors are saying the same thing. They just need more officials for high school sports. All right, we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG. We're going to check in with Alexander Madison from San Bernardino High School and the Las Vegas Raiders, of course. We got volleyball highlights from Cajon and a former local basketball star doing big things at the next level. That's next here on Sports Weekly on IEMG. We'll be right back.